gravy and biscuits. Let's have some, won't we? Yeah! Ooh. So, I should have stopped at Waffle House earlier in the trip. Their locations end like starting from the East Coast over to Louisiana border. Hey, travelers and backpackerinos, Mike from the future here, letting you know that there is actually more Waffle Houses west of Louisiana. I'm in Phoenix right now, and yeah, there's a Waffle House here. I just passed it, so yep. So I really wanted to get some, and I had to do it now. I wasn't really hungry, but gravy and biscuits. It's definitely such a very southern thing, and it's delicious. And that's good. If I get pulled over and a cop looks at this video, I'm so fucked. Clear already, in this episode we'll be heading into Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But before we actually get into the city, we're going to be taking a stop in Blue Bonnet Swamp Nature Center. This nature park sits on the suburban edge of the city, offering a glimpse of the swampland much of the area resembled before being drained, not unlike Bayou Sauvage in New Orleans, which we saw in the prior video. The visitor center features live specimens of the local wildlife, mostly snakes and turtles, that might otherwise be a little more difficult to see in the park trails. That being said, the chances of seeing something are pretty good. Several miles west is Baton Rouge. But first, let's stop and try some jambalaya and gumbo. So it doesn't take long to gather that Baton Rouge is kind of like to New Orleans what Atlantic City is to Vegas, or Newark, New Jersey is to New York. They do have a lot of similarities, like the levee height with the ground, that could totally just get flooded. They both have French roots. They both have Mardi Gras. Similar food. I think this is more Cajun than Creole. Oh, also they have gambling too. They both have gambling. But either way, I think New Orleans is definitely, obviously, the better city. But that's not to say that there isn't any worth to this place, so let's check it out. The most prominent site in Baton Rouge is Louisiana's State Capitol building. Built in 1932, this building is not only unique in that it lacks a dome like so many other Capitol buildings, but it's also the tallest Capitol building in the US. The surrounding park grounds and historic sites are pleasant, but it's nothing to write home about. On the banks of the Mississippi are some of Baton Rouge's casino boats. Here and further south, toward the Horace Wilkinson Bridge, is the city's main drag. You can really get a sense of the Mississippi's magnitude and importance as a shipping artery to the interior of the country. More so here than in New Orleans, in my opinion. This makes the levee disparity even more impressive looking, imagining the amount of weight the swollen river must be putting against it. Along with several military installations, sculptures, fountains, and museums, the most interesting thing about the city is Louisiana's old state capitol building. Built in the 1840s, this place looks like a castle, which is awesome. I didn't actually see the interior as it was a little too late in the day to get in, but it's covered in stained glass windows which can illuminate everything inside with a plethora of color. Say Baton Rouge is a must-see, but there's certainly a few things to check out if you're keen on making a stop. Continuing west through the state, boredom, raunchy billboards, and my love of terrible accents took hold.
Oh yeah, come on down to the Lions Den. It's a great sex store. We got some titty magazines and some dildos and you name it, we got it down at the Lions Den sex store. We got your beads and we got your dildos, the biggest you ever seen this side of the Mississippi. Come on down. You're gonna have a good time, I guarantee it. Yeah, we got lots of dildos. It's exactly how people here in Louisiana talk. I just saw me my first armadillo. He was dead on the side of the road, unfortunately. Oh, praise to Jesus! Oh, Jesus, save him! Save him, Jesus! Oh, it's raining pretty good now. Oh, it's spitting Dixie. Jesus, tears coming down on us like, oh, we out of the rainstorm. Oh, yeah. Well, now we're gonna see us some gators. For real this time! No fooling!
My final day in Louisiana gave me one last chance to finally see those scaly dinosaur survivors I kept wanting to see. Built next to Louisiana's oldest oil derrick, Gator Chateua offers tours of the bayou for alligator watching and even specimens on its grounds. Unfortunately, its new location was under construction, but their old office still had some gators on display. They weren't big, but it was still a check off the list. Employees at Gator Chateua suggested taking the scenic route instead of the highway down to Louisiana's coast for a chance to see some more gators. I didn't see any, but there was a ton of natural gas facilities, which reminded me of G.I. Joe bases or one of those locations from Mad Max Fury Road.
Bullets from the bullet bomb and gasoline from Gastown.
The area is also largely a nature reserve, with brackish marshland that kind of reminds me of the East Coast bays. So this place is really similar to kind of the Jersey Shore Bay Area. It just has crabs, fiddler crabs, diamondback terrapins, same kind of birds for the most part too. Except they have alligators here, although the gators, they still don't want to come out. It's too cold for them. I think it's pretty hot though. We don't see no gators out here in Sabine National Refuge, but there's some nice butterflies. See, I always try to get pictures of butterflies, but they always just keep flying away, and it's very difficult. And kind of makes me think of that TLC song, "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls," but it's "Don't go chasing butterflies, you ain't never." Oh, look at this dude! Look at this little crab. Here we go. All right. So we have fiddler crabs in New Jersey, but I think this guy's little hooky hand is a little bigger than ours. Arriving at the Gulf Coast, once again, it was a stark contrast to the beaches we saw in Florida for obvious reasons. Needless to say, I didn't go in. And oil facilities along the way, the area was starting to look a lot more like our next destination rather than what you would typically think of for Louisiana.
I don't know if that's natural gas or what kind of gas refinery it is, but it's huge, and I really had no idea they were that massive and that on that scale. It's pretty crazy, huh? And then there's another one right out there, and I can see another one out in that direction. And there's a bunch of them. It's just, I don't know. Like, that looks like a fucking city skyline there, right? Far away, I thought it was Houston, but we're nowhere near Houston right now. It's at least an hour and a half out.
Up next, we're going to be heading into Texas.